You can clearly see this apparition of a woman like reaching up and like reaching for the flashlight. Everybody know what like orbs are supposed to be?
Yes.
It's how supernatural spirits and can show up on camera sometimes, but sometimes they can be rationally explained. They're not always every orb you're going to see isn't going to be a ghost. This is an example over here on the wall of some stuff that we've had people take over the years that can be rationally explained. This is a dirt road with a lot of dust or dirt kicked up, so I'm sure that's just a bunch of dust kicked up and not 1,000 ghosts. Same thing over here too. I'm sure this is moisture orbs, so this is like 10,000 moisture orbs, not 10,000 ghosts. And we're inside there. You might see streaks of orbs and maybe shadows.
Seven. All right, let's see if we got 7 then.
Come on.
Seven.
Here's a picture of Zafir and Ghost Adventures when they did their episode up there in 2010. There was reportedly a silent movie actress named Betty Gottlieb who was visiting here in 1924, and she was murdered inside the theater during a movie, and she's supposed to haunt this place according to the owners. She for some reason gets this like premonition, like warning that there's going to be something bad happen out here in front of the theater in 1982. Now the kids that normally stand here for the school bus, she comes over here and she kind of like shuts off the sidewalk. And at that time, the kids that normally stand here for the school bus, well, because she had the sidewalk closed down, the kids are waiting down there. And that's when what was left of the big old eagle decides to crack off the front of the building and come crashing down the sidewalk, causing damage. Now the wings have been gone for many, many years, but the big center part of the eagle is still there. It chooses that day of all days to crack off and hit the sidewalk.
That was, and I heard the same story. And the same story was that she told the police department, and they're like, she's nuts.
Yeah.
And she like took, there was like a bench or something, and she put a rope around it. Yeah. And that day the eagle fell. I heard that same exact story.
Well, there you go.
I own the building. See, I own the building. So right. But no, Rick. But no, he's telling you right.
Is there anybody here? you're going to be a prostitute, to work out of a place on Main Street as opposed to a house like this. That's why they got the red lights here, because this was a brothel apartment. This is called Lil's Place. Working out of a brothel on Main Street like Jenny had, better clientele, they paid more money, and they had a bouncer, which is a big deal. If you're going to be a prostitute, work out of like a house down in here, they always knew the prostitutes had money, and they usually kept it locked up in a trunk at the foot of their bed or inside a locked bureau dresser drawer. So unfortunately, they're always like prime victims of like robbery and abuse and sometimes murder. There was a lady that lived and worked out of here, and her name was Sammy Dean. She was pretty independent. She lived here and she worked as a prostitute. And on Tuesday, July 7th, 1931, they saw her in the morning, and then they checked on her later on, and she didn't answer the door. So then a few hours later, they went around the back and found that she'd been robbed and strangled. So it's a famous unsolved murder here in town. So if you look up like Sammy Dean, Jerome, Arizona, it's all about this house right here. Couple, and we go down here first, and the husband goes down here first, and his wife's behind him like 10 feet taking a picture. And then they get back from vacation and they send me this picture. So you can see the glow is his flashlight in his left hand, and then you can clearly see this apparition of a woman like reaching up and like reaching for the flashlight.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We love you, we appreciate you. If you like what you saw today, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Love ya.
Cheers to a successful day of filming in Arizona.